This is a home that suffered some recent storm damage. While replacing the roof, we are taking advantage of a unique opportunity to upgrade the energy efficiency of the home. Because of the way this home is constructed, the only way we can install a heat barrier is by adding an underlayment that consists of 30-pound felt on one side and the reflective coating on the bottom. We will add a new drip edge later over the new reflective felt. Here is a view of the interior vaulted ceiling that prevents us from accessing the attic to install a traditional radiant barrier. There is no physical way to access the angled portions because there is no crawl space in the attic. This home has other areas that are completely inaccessible. One of the other upgrades we are going to do is to seal off the attic access door. Today we are installing an attic tent, which is similar to a storm door for your attic door. Basically, before we installed this, there was a 2-foot by 5-foot door that was only a 1/4 inch thick with no weather stripping and no insulation. We will staple it into place with one about every inch or so, then we will caulk it, then we will fill the gap in the frame with insulating foam. This will completely air seal the attic door. It will also prevent the new attic fan from drawing conditioned air out of the home, which is located very close to this opening. This is the soffit vent we're going to install today. The name of the soffit vent is MaxiFlow vent, and it's a new kind of vent that is a permanent vent, unlike the flexible metal ones you see on most houses. And the main advantage is that it has a screen that you can remove a couple times a year and clean to make sure that you have enough airflow through your attic for the exhaust that's on your roof that we showed earlier, the solar fan and the wind turbine. And this is what it looks like on the bottom. Making sure the intake attic ventilation system is functioning properly is critical. As you can see, many times builders will neglect this part of home construction and barely open up the soffit at all. This appears to be a couple of hammer blows and that's it. After opening up the soffit, we make sure that it's clear and then attach the new MaxiFlow vents with screws. It should be cleaned annually. Today we're going to install a 25-watt Attic Breeze brand self-flashing solar fan. This will exhaust the hot attic air out the top of the roof. You've already seen us put in the soffit vents. That's the intake, and this is the exhaust. It's a direct drive fan, and you see the solar panel on the top and then the motors underneath. When it's exposed to the sunlight, you can see the fan moves at a good clip. It exhausts 1,550 cubic feet a minute. And this will do a good job, especially in the spring and summer months, to get the hot air out of your attic. And in the winter, the advantage is you get the humidity out of the attic, which helps your insulation perform better. We decided to put this fan over the main second-story attic on the southern slope to get the best sun exposure. It happens to be very close to that attic door we showed earlier. It was critical that that attic door was sealed so this fan didn't pull conditioned air out of the home. We noticed that the garage attic had absolutely no exhaust ventilation, so we had to create a new opening in the roof. Since the garage is not conditioned space, it isn't cost effective to spend a lot of money on ventilation. But ventilation is important to prevent mold growth and also to maintain the integrity of the new shingles on the roof so they don't bake in the sun. This is a really good static vent called a roof louver or slant back. The old static vent was only about 8 inches wide, so we are opening it to 12 inches for the new wind turbine. Alright, here we are doing the soffit vents. If you remember from earlier, this house has vaulted ceilings, so there's no direct communication between the soffit and the wind turbine up on the roof. So we're having to stuff above the fiberglass bats these baffles so that the air intake from the soffit vent communicates with the exhaust, which is the wind turbine. We also did it for the solar fan. This is the only way we can get the intake vents to do what they're supposed to do with a vaulted ceiling blocking this. And here's the third kind of ventilation you can do. This is a wind turbine that uses the exterior wind passing over a house to suck the hot air out of an attic. This is one small room on the second story, so we didn't need to go all out with the solar power fan. So on this area we just did a wind turbine. But this will still pull 300 to 400 cubic feet of hot air out of the attic